Hi there, my name's Aaron Short. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is Monday again, January the 8th, 2024. 24, not 23. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's have a nice hang today. Let's get excited about tomorrow's announcement from Martin Guitar. I have photographs to show you. I have some information about the new model that's coming tomorrow. And of course, tomorrow they will announce it. And we'll discuss together if we think this is a guitar we're interested in. Certainly, I'm very interested in this guitar because I do perform professionally. I like having a cutaway. I like having a guitar that's not as big as a Dreadnought, maybe not as small as an OM personally, because I'm tall. And the electronics are very important to me. You know, my gold standard right now is the kind of the Cole Clark. And that's what I would judge any guitar for stage against. Having said that, I also like acoustic guitars. I like Martin guitars, and I hope this new model will give us something new. And maybe, I guess my biggest hope is it'll be a great acoustic guitar, both acoustically and plugged in. But of course, we don't know about that yet. We also need to discuss the Thomann guitar with the Cole Clark system because a few of our friends in the chat purchased the guitar. So I think we'll start with that because we did that last week. I want to continue on from there. So why don't you go ahead, put any questions in the chat you want, or anything you need to discuss today, any gear you're looking to buy, any questions about existing gear, any comments on performance or anything like that. Put that in the chat. If you purchased, I know about 5 people bought the Thomann guitar last week after my video. Let me know what you found, because obviously we've all got different experiences. I did mention mine last week. I've got some updated information for you. Let me know what you think of that guitar if you bought it. Are you going to keep it? Do you like it? Try to be as critical as possible in the chat. Let me know exactly what you think, right? Don't just say it sucks or it's great. Let me know exactly. Take some time to think about what you want to say so we can process that together, and it will help each other out if anyone else is interested in checking them out. So that'll be really cool. So we're going to start with the Thomann guitar. I'm going to bring that up on the browser. And we'll discuss that first, then we'll go into the new Martin guitar, and then I'll just take questions in and around all that. Pretty casual today, nothing too serious today. Don't worry. So what is it? Baton Rouge. I almost said a place in New York by mistake. Just going to bring it up on the screen. Chat amongst yourselves while I do that. Okay. Now, before I get into that, I'll just say hi to everybody. So, Nick, thanks for being first. I appreciate it. Best day of the week. What, Monday? Not for everybody, but for us it is. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm just thinking it's time to get a haircut for Nam. Nam is 2 weeks today. I'll be flying out 2 weeks today. So, time to get a haircut for that and get ready for the Nam show. Getting ready for the Martin hype tomorrow. I am. We're going to talk about it today. I have quite a lot of thoughts about it already. Definitely hyped. Definitely a lot of hype around this release, and I'm not sure if I'm happy about that or not. We're going to find out, I guess. Find out together. Bedoin says, hi, Aaron and all. Did a gig at Holy Diver in NOLA. Solo vocals, guitar, piano, and push. What does push mean? Have a great show. Thank you. Alan, evening from the Algarve. Mad for it. Okay, so Mad for it, Manchester. I know you have comments on the guitar that we're starting with here. I did get your email. Let me know in the chat if you would like me just to read out the email, and that would be easier than typing it in the chat. Patsy's in cold Suffolk, UK. Julian is here. So Julian also bought the guitar. I like this. This is nice. We're all in this together. We all bought the same guitar, and we can all discuss it now on the stream. It's nice. In Germany, very good. Kevin's in southern Indiana, very good. Scott is in North Germany. T is here, Ireland. Rosanna, good evening, Aaron. Good to have, thanks for moderating, Rosanna. Hope you're well. Vito says hi. Alan says I'm on the fence about the Bose S1 Pro Plus or the Everse 8. Alan, wait 2 more weeks for NAMM. There's another product. I don't know what it is exactly, but EV are hinting at another release. Now, it won't be an eVerse 8 Mark II, but it could be an eVerse 10 with more inputs, of course. So is that something you would need? Of course, it'll be more expensive. It'll be heavier. So personally, I'm not excited for that. And Bose S1 Pro and eVerse 8 are still kind of the two top devices for me. And we can go into that later on if you want to, about which one would be for you. You'd have to just tell me, as always, which what you're doing, where you're playing, as specifically as possible, what your needs are. Okay, YZ says, which unit are you using for live performance now? Right now, just using the Voice Live 3 Extreme for everything, and hoping that I can speak to that company at NAMM, and maybe we can do some stuff with them, because I like that product so much. Scott says, about the Baton Rouge, do you think they might eventually install the Cole Clark system in a model with a long scale? Yes, I think they're probably testing the water. And remember, you can always install that system into any guitar if you're willing to do the work. Polygon Nation, you do break up Monday. Appreciate the show. Thank you for watching. Mad for it. Yeah, read it out. Okay, so I think we'll just start with your email. Gary, how you doing? Good afternoon. In Tucson, Arizona, we have winter. Snow. Oh, snow over there. Wow. The hi-fi is fire. We're gonna be seeing a new pickup from LR Bags in 2 weeks' time. Hopefully, I don't want to promise anything. I'm not taking all this gear to NAMM to make videos. I'm mostly gonna network and walk around. I was just thinking today I will try to take some kind of small interface to plug into the phone. Let me know what you think I should take with me. Some sort of small, high-quality interface that would plug straight into my phone, so I could at least do some direct recordings while I'm there. I mean, it's pointless recording a new pickup at the NAMM show on the floor. You're just going to hear a bunch of noise from the ceiling, right? But maybe I could quickly plug it in when they're not looking and record some unprocessed direct audio, which I could then show you when I get back to the city. We'll see. Margot, good to see you. How do you like the new song from Liam and John Squire? I'm very impressed. I'm digging it. Right, let's have some kind of structure here, or I'm going to be all over the place. Let me start with Ableton Push. Awesome. I wasn't sure what that was. I tried Ableton once and I gave up very quickly. But if you know how to use it, then it's a good program. I want to update you on this guitar. And I want anyone that bought this guitar to tell us what your experience is, please. So I did demo it last week. I did think it sounded great on the stream. I still think that price is awesome. You're getting a $600, or sorry, more like $400 pickup in this guitar. The guitar is very good. I have had some issues with mine. I'm currently talking to Toman about it. Let me try and summarize quickly. The guitar is good. Is it as good as a Cole Clark? No, but it's way cheaper. It projects well acoustically, maybe as well or more so than the Cole Clark. It's actually very impressive acoustically. Is the pickup as good plugged in as the Cole Clark? No, I've compared them directly, and the Cole Clark sounds way bigger. You've got to remember, it's not just the fact that Cole Clark has a palathetic pickup under the saddle, and this one has an undersaddle. It's also that the Cole Clark pickup is built into the actual guitar. And that's why you get so much dynamic range and power from a Cole Clark guitar. But having said that, it does sound good, as I proved in last week's live stream, and it does sound way better than a lot of pickups on the market. Now, is it better than installing an Anthem? Well, that's really up to you. You'll certainly get more body sound from this guitar than you will from an Anthem. So that's, again, need to know what you're looking for. I had the problem with the fret out. I'll be honest, I was going to take this to the tech. I was going to have the end pins installed for the strap, and I was going to have it set up. And I woke up yesterday and thought, no, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. What am I doing? I'm not going to pay a couple of $100 to have this guitar made how it should be made. I am going to ask Toman about the fretting out on the 12th fret. And if they offer to have it set up and fixed, I will then have it set up and fixed. And then I'll give them $20 to install the pins. And then if it costs me $20 to have all that done, then I will review it, and then I can sell it on and it's because it's 100%. If they won't do, if they offer to take it back, I will send it back. I don't know how that's going to work. Living in another country, that's always the problem when you buy guitars from other countries. So bear that in mind. But that's where I'm at. It's good. It's just obviously not going to replace what I already have. So I want to see what you guys are saying. So I'm going to start with this email. So let me just pull it up here so I can read it out. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, Graham. Awesome. All right, so I'll just read word for word what was sent to me because that's too long to put into the chat. That's why. So hope all is well. Tuning into Monday. Always looking forward to it. Thank you. I purchased the Baton Rouge TLM ACEC. That is the guitar I showed last week. Really happy with the purchase. Great value for £615 shipped. I mean, that is amazing value, isn't it? And that's shipped as well. Was there any import taxes to pay? Let us know. Good quality guitar, a bit rough in places. Sounds really good acoustically. I don't find that. I mean, I think the cheaper guitars are going to be more inconsistent, and they're going to spend less time on the finish and all that stuff. I think, yeah, the problem is the consistency of this stuff. So the guitar I have is fine. I'm actually very impressed. I've played guitars at a lot more money that aren't finished as well. But of course, everyone that you get will be slightly different, as they always are. But at this price range, you're also going to get more inconsistencies with the quality of each one, I guess, right? And I guess that's what you're saying. So, sounds really good acoustically. I agree. Sounds better acoustically than a lot of good guitars I've played under $1,000. Solely purchased for the PG3 preamp. The guitar was a bonus. Okay. Now, I agree. The PG preamp is 2/3 of the cost, or the system is 2/3 of the cost of the guitar. So it is a good deal in that respect. Loving the PG3. I've been searching the UK for a Cole Clark for some time without success. So this was a great opportunity to test the system. That's the biggest problem with Cole Clark right now. You can't find the guitars anywhere. That's my biggest complaint about them. Like you, I love the sound of the movement and the percussive element. Yes, it's very percussive without having to mic it up. Yep. I must say I haven't been disappointed. Absolutely over the moon with it. Great. Honeymoon period. Yes, always be wary of the honeymoon period with a guitar. Quick question. The knob to set the bridge or face sensor is really stiff, and I mean stiff to turn. Did you notice that on the one you purchased, and does it apply to Cole Clarks? Right, I can answer this for you. That is one thing I've noticed with Cole Clark guitars. Sometimes one of those knobs that you turn to make the adjustments can be stiff. Actually, the funny thing is, on the Baton Rouge that I got, they're all completely smooth. They're actually smoother than on my Angel 3 that I got last month. The Angel 3 on the mic one is a bit stiff. It doesn't really bother me, so I don't really adjust it much. But there's a way to fix it. It's simply to do with the way it's lined up when they screw it in. So if you very carefully loosen the hex screws on the control preamp on the side of the guitar, if you loosen them and move it just right, you'll find a spot where they all move freely. You might find a spot where they mostly move freely and one is a little tight. If you're good at woodwork, you could go in there and make the hole a bit bigger. You could figure it out, but honestly, I wouldn't worry too much. If it really bothers you, just try to loosen it and move it around a bit. You got to get it just right for it to be completely smooth. I probably will do that on my Angel 3, but since it's the mic one, I'm not too bothered, and I don't want to mess with it and make the one that I actually turn a lot, like the volume, stiff. So I probably will, but yeah, that is something with Cole Clarks to bear in mind. So yeah, it's funny that on the Baton Rouge I got, they're all completely smooth, and on my Angel 3 they're not. Anyway, I guess these things can also be affected by humidity and movement too. So that's what that is. If I set the bridge and turn the mic right down, so you're saying it's just on the undersaddle pickup, then you can still hear percussive element. Yes. Yes, you can. I always thought that was because the palathetic pickup in the Cole Clark is so sensitive but it also seems to do it on this one with the undersaddle pickup. So I'm not sure. Maybe there's a little bit of bleed from the other pickup still, or I'm not sure, but that is normal, yes. My only gripe is the neck is a bit chunky. The width is fine, but the back seems slightly thicker to grip than what I'm used to. I feel the same. Now, the funny thing is, on my Angel 2 that I've gigged for the last 2 years that I love, and I'm hesitant to sell it because I just bonded with it so much. The neck on that guitar, I just really got used to it. I love it. So I did try some other Cole Clarks since then and found them thinner. And I didn't like that because I got used to that neck on the 2. I noticed that the Baton Rouge neck is slightly thicker than the 2, and for me then that's a bit too thick. It's great up the neck, which is a relief, because sometimes it gets too thick up the neck, but down at the open position, it is, for me, slightly too thick. This is all feedback I would offer up to Baton Rouge. I'm sure I'll see them at NAMM. The neck should be slightly thinner without going too thin, and the strap button should be installed at the factory. And just that thing with the setup on mine is obviously not great to have out of the box, but that's really it. And this is all stuff I'll be telling them when I speak to them or when I make the final video about the guitar. You could probably have someone sand it down, but I'm always hesitant to say that because you need someone that knows what they're doing at that point. So I would just see if you can get used to it. It's only marginally thicker than the Cole Clark, so. I lowered the actions, shaved the saddle, and put 10s. Just make sure the saddle is completely flat when you do that. Oh, you put 10s on. Wow, that is low. That is thin. If you get a chance, reply in the Gear Monday. That's what I did, Graham. Cheers. So, yeah. So, we've kind of had exactly the same experience, right? But did yours have the strap buttons on it? That's really the silliest thing for me. There's no strap buttons. Like, there's no way to wear the guitar at a gig. Bit silly. So, I'm glad we kind of agree, and thanks for sharing. And so my next step is to send a video of the fret buzz I have to Thomann, and if they offer to pay for the repairs, I'm going to have it all done and then make the final video and then sell the guitar. If they say send it back, we'll give you your money back, I'll just send it back. But because I don't, I could go and spend, I was thinking I could go and spend $200 on this to get it where it needs to be, and I just don't want to do that. I'm sorry. I apologize, but I don't want to do it. I hope you understand. Okay. So that's the Baton Rouge. Let me know if you've got any more thoughts on that guitar before we move on. We're going to move on soon to the Martin guitar. So let us know what you think about that. I think it's been good to do it. I would like to compare that pickup directly to the Cole Clark in a video on my pickup series for those that are interested in installing that version of that pickup in their guitar. I think it'd be useful information for them, and that's really why I wanted to check out this guitar. And I still think it's a great option as like a backup or someone that wants a stage guitar that doesn't want to spend more than $1,000. But I think what I hope the most is that Baton Rouge will listen to what I've been saying on the live streams about it and make those adjustments. Because they are important to me. The neck shape, the strap buttons, the setup, it is all obviously important. Even I don't like to deal with this stuff as someone that buys and sells a lot of gear and talks about gear all the time. I don't like to deal with it. I don't want to be drilling the drilling and installing strap. I just don't want to. I want to get a guitar that I can just play out the box. So it's very important to me to give that feedback to them and help them improve the product. So Nick says, if you look into your crystal ball, what new guitars do you think we'll see in 2024? Well, we know we're going to get 3 colorways from Martin, so that's cool. I want to see more colorways, more stage guitars. I'd love to see a new Acoustasonic with everything improved. I'd love to see more Cole Clarks and Matons available in America. And just more innovation, new pickup systems, just new ways to sound better when we play. That's it. Don't really have any specific. I mean, I'm very happy with the guitars I have. I'd like to see more innovation, I guess, overall. Just more innovation, more stainless steel frets, more things that make the guitars last longer and play better and sound better. Julian, who also bought one of these Baton Rouge guitars, says, regarding the pickup, your descriptions also reflect my impression. However, the jumbo model is very disappointing in terms of workmanship. Sounds like I got a good one, but often there's a way with these guitars. Don't get me wrong, I've had plenty of $3,000 guitars with issues and finish issues too. So it's not just the price. But you bought the jumbo, yeah. I didn't really want the. I think this TLM ACEC is probably the way to go. Did you find the neck was big down in the open position, Julian? It'd be good if we all. Be good to know if we all had the same experience with that, because I can tell that to Baton Rouge when I see them. Boomer says, "Hi all. Anything leak about Martin's big announcement?" Yes, I have pictures coming up. Coming up in a few minutes. Get ready. Mad for it, Manchester. No import tax. Very good. So yeah, great price. Can't beat the price. But I always say, people talk all the time about, I got this guitar for $100. I got this guitar for $200. It's great for the money. That doesn't really matter to me if I then have to turn around and pay for a setup and bridge pin installs and fretboard leveling. That means nothing to me. I'd rather save up, spend more money, and get something that I can actually use straight away. Which is also why I get so frustrated sometimes with these expensive guitars that have issues. Because that should never happen, right? Oh, Noah got one as well. It's crazy. I do like the fact we all bought the same guitar and we can literally in real time talk about the experience. I think that's really cool. Expensive, but cool. So Noah says, so far, no issues. It sounds good. The cut may be a touch high. The nut may be a bit touch high, but all that great. Yeah. You know, most guitars need a setup when you buy them, even the expensive ones. Lowering the nut, filing the nut, lowering the saddle, this kind of stuff is always start with the neck. Make sure the neck is straight and then adjust these. That is kind of normal stuff, but uneven frets and fret sprout and installing bridge pins. I'm just making examples. These aren't about the guitar. These are just random examples. You know, those kind of big issues are what you don't want to have to deal with. But yeah, lowering a saddle and things like that is perfectly normal. And like I said, the best tip I can give anyone is to make sure your saddle is completely flat and the pickup is not damaged, because that's a very common thing with acoustic guitars. Right, Rex says, oh yeah, I didn't even mention the Emerald thing. I had a busy week. Enjoyed the Emerald review. Confirmed what I heard about lack of projection. Seems others said the X30 was better, but I would be comparing to a J200. Curious how the X20 sounds plugged in compared to Cole Clark. Let's cover this quickly before we get onto the Martin thing. So the Emerald thing, what happened was you all told me how great those guitars were. They had a sale and a lot of people bought them and said how great they were on forums. And I saw a few videos on YouTube raving about the X20. I really wanted to try one, so I ordered one. Now I apologize that I didn't tell you all that I did it. I didn't want to say, you know, I'll be honest why I didn't say anything very quickly. I didn't want to be influenced by any, I didn't want people to ask me what I thought about it. I wanted to just get it and enjoy it and see how I felt. That was a while ago now, because I was waiting for the refund. It was 100 and, bear this in mind, it was like $120 to return it to Ireland. The shipping didn't really update. I thought they'd lost it for a while. It took weeks for them to get it back again. And yeah, that's why I didn't say anything. I was like, I'm going to wait till I get the refund, and then I'm going to watch my footage back and decide if I want to post that video. Because I don't normally post negative videos. And well, there wasn't a negative video. I said a lot of positive things about the instrument, which I still believe are true. But that thing with the sound really bugged me. And the pickup inconsistency of the volume really bugged me. And that's why I felt like I needed to post that video. Because everyone watching the channel had asked me so many questions about and spoke about those guitars so much. I really felt that I wanted to share that with people. And I hope you find it interesting. I hope you find it useful. And I hope it didn't come across in a kind of attacking way. I just the truth, the absolute truth is I was just really, be careful what I say. I was disappointed in the sound. And for me, I mean, what is a guitar? Sound, right? I was disappointed in the sound, and I was a little bit mad. I was a little bit angry that so many, and not people in the chat. I don't know if we've even got the Emerald owners in the chat. And I know like Gary's got one and he loves them. Okay, that's fine. We all like different things. But I was a bit mad that I'd read so many positive things and nothing even alluring to the sound of the guitar. Where with some other guitars, like I read all the time, Maton guitars sound terrible unplugged. Cole Clark guitars sound awful unplugged. They're overbuilt. They sound terrible. I never buy one of them. All the time. And then all I heard about the Emerald was all this incredible praise. And then that actually made it worse for me because I was expecting so much and I just got completely deflated. So I'm just being honest. That's the absolute truth of it. That's what happened. And I wanted to post a video to share that. So there is that side of the coin for people that are interested. But you know, as always, your mileage may vary. Don't not buy a guitar because I didn't like it. Right? We all like different things, and that's just. It's not even so much about the guitar, really. It's more about the YouTube thing, the internet thing, how it can really push us a certain way and tell us certain things and make us feel a certain way. And that's exactly, actually, this is good interlude into, wrong word, but this is a good way forward into the Martin guitar. You know, they've come on and said the Martin guitar is a game changer, a new era. I think they've said they did X bracing, then they did the SC new design, and now it's this new guitar. You know, massive statements. I've got so much hype in me that I'm expecting such great things from this guitar. Can it ever live up to it? I think it's very dangerous to use this hype and not give balanced information about stuff. So I know that's what I'm trying to do, and I think I will start posting more videos that are a bit more critical going forward. I think I've shied away from doing negative videos. But don't get me wrong, I'm not going to come on here and be dramatic. I don't like the drama. But I think, and I've always said about any piece of gear what the negative side is. But I don't know. I've played a lot of guitars over the last few years that I just didn't really talk about. I mean, I tried I'll tell you now, I tried the high vibe system. I just thought it was. I just didn't like it at all. If anyone asks me about the high vibe on here, I always say I tried it and didn't like it. So I don't hide that. But I didn't see the point of making a video and just saying I don't like this at all. It just seems like a waste of time, you know. But maybe with some products, people want to hear that side, because the problem is you get all the positive. You need some people to balance that out with the other side. It's a shame that the positive reviews don't also include those sides as well, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Kevin says, "Dang my luck! Now Cole Clark pickup available, and Bags might be releasing a new product. I took my Taylor in for the Anthem. Well, the Anthem, you know, I'll say this: the Anthem is still a great system, so don't feel bad about that. And it will still be a great system, even with these new systems coming. The new bag system won't be out for a while, probably, and we haven't even seen or tried it yet. So again, don't get swept up in the hype. You know, don't think you need the absolute latest thing because it's better than the thing that came before. So many times in gear, the thing that came before is better, and people don't see that either. Someone just asked me earlier on, what pedal do I use right now? I still use a Voice Live 3 Extreme from 12 years ago, and it's still the best product on the market for what I do, and it still makes me the most, you know, it pays my bills. Yes, I could buy a quad cord. I could use a quad Cortex. I could use apps with it, and I could use a laptop. But all I'd be doing is causing myself a lot of stress and misery and hassle. Why do that when I don't need to do that? Thanks. The tip will loosen and try what you said. Yeah, play around with it. Be careful. Don't break it. Don't break it and have to send it back to Australia like I did the other week. But you can adjust it if you're careful. No strap buttons. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. If I keep the guitar and they pay to have it set up, and the buzz, all that fixed, I'm gonna make a video and put in what they need to do to make it an even better product for the money, and I'll send that to Baton Rouge. And if they ask for the guitar back at Toman and I just ship it back, then I'm going to talk to Baton Rouge and tell them all this information. So that's why it's great that you're telling me, because when I speak to them at NAMM, I can tell them. You know, I can't wait to tell them that I bought one, you all bought one, and we have this collective feedback for the company. You know, it's very positive. I know it doesn't really help us and our purchase, but at least we're having some kind of impact on the brand going forward. I think that's good. Yeah, you're welcome. So that's good. We can clear that, clarify all that. Scott said, would instantly buy a longer scale Baton Rouge. Hope they like the idea if you mentioned to it now. Yeah, I'll try to remember that, Scott. Or when I make the video or on this video, just put in the comments you'd like to see a long scale, because I'm sure they're going to read the comments, right? Same. Okay, so the neck's slightly too fat. Yep. So this is great. I really want to review the guitar now because I'm going to put your comments. I might not name you by name, so I might forget some of this, some of the stuff. But I just want to be able to say that me and some other viewers have had this same feedback. I think that's great. So actually, like with the emerald, I kind of wish I'd done that. I wish we'd all bought emeralds and we all discussed. Isn't that the dream? I know it's financially completely impossible, but wouldn't it be the dream to everyone like right now have the guitar in their hands and we can just talk about it over the internet? That would be an amazing thing. But I'm afraid I can't buy you all an emerald to do that. I play my emerald plugged in exclusively. It's a super stable, excellent sounding amplified. I can share a YouTube recording of the amplified performance for those interested acoustically. No, it's all right, Gary. They can go on your channel and see it if they want to. And I know yours is. The one I had, the high E string was too weak. And I really don't like when the high E is too weak. I find the Taylors have that as well. Maybe it could have been adjusted. I don't know. I didn't want to deal with it, honestly. And it says the X30 sounds richer and fuller than the X20. So someone else put that on the video as well. But I'm like, yeah, well, maybe. But the funny thing with my video is that the X20 is supposed to be a dreadnought, right? And in the middle, I compare that with the Rain Song behind me, which is supposed to be a GPC style. And then I also compared it to the Martin OMC, which is so the guitars were getting smaller in size physically, but the volume was getting louder. So I just don't like that. I want more projection from the guitar. I'm just really sad that Rain Song have closed it. Rain Song are gone now. They've closed. That's it. And my mission is to find another carbon fiber guitar because I do believe in carbon fiber. My mission is to find another carbon fiber guitar to replace the Rain Song, and that's what we're doing at NAMM as well. I mean, close guitars. I need to try them and McPherson. The Emerald X10 sounds more balanced unplugged. The X10 Slimline sounds the best plugged in. But the X10 must be even quieter, right, Scott? Prodigal Nation. Emerald designs have grown on me over the years, but something has kept me from buying them. Hey, I got no problem with the design. I love the design. I love the features. That's what attracted me the most. But the sound just really left me flat. Mad for It loves the high vibe. Well, there you go. Again, I can't give a blanket statement. I tried one guitar with a high vibe, and it was for me. I found all these bugs and all these issues. Of course, that was that guitar at that time when I tried it. But unless I try one again and it impresses me, I would never look to install that in my guitar. Poo Ninja says Guitar Club. Exactly, virtual guitar club. But we'll all be broke and homeless if we do that. Rexomatic, it's great that you had the Rain Song to compare. I agree, and I will not be selling it. A few months ago, I thought about selling it on because I thought I can just buy another one. Thank goodness I didn't sell my Rain Song. For me, it's still the gold standard in carbon fiber guitars. Poo Ninja, take it home for a week and we'll discuss on Saturday over tea and cocktails. Yep. Boomer says, tell Baton Rouge to like, share, and subscribe. Yes, I will. I wonder if they've even seen the video. Yeah, the Guitar Book Club. Oh my, why do I do this? Why do I blurt out these wonderful ideas on the stream that someone's going to steal from me? Ugh. Yeah, okay, we're going to go on to the Martin guitar now. This is a good time to say, if you're new here, please subscribe and ring the bell. I'm going to NAMM in 2 weeks' time, and the more subscribers and views my videos have, the better it is for me to network and talk about potential collaborations and things like that. Not that I'm looking to sell out particularly. I just want to have some sort of support and some help with the channel. So that's what I'm looking to do there. And still haven't decided what I'm going to do at NAMM video-wise. I might just walk around with the old phone and do a live stream. I could try it. Could be awful, but I'll try it. So there's no plan. So if you subscribe and ring the bell, if I do go live during NAMM, it will tell you that I'm live at that time. Right, let's talk about the Martin GPC. So I want your thoughts and comments here. And also tomorrow, if we get more information, I am going to, I mean, if there's some feature here that blows my mind, I'm going to go live. All right. And let me just bring up my camera here. Whoa, that's too big. 1 second. It's still too big. Oh, no, I lost myself. There we go. 1 second. Let me get this the right size so I'm not blocking everything. And by the way, make sure you purchase your Soundhole Sniffer t-shirt. Very important stuff. All right, so that's better. Thank you. Thanks for your patience. I appreciate it. Yeah, just this is going to be like a live reaction. The guitar's not out yet. It's announced tomorrow. I have a few things I could say about it that I've discovered through fishing around on the internet. These are the pictures that Martin themselves have shared. And there's one picture that kind of leaked that I'll finish with, which is the most exciting. But I'll start off and then I'll come down and read your comments, okay? So why am I excited about the new Martin guitar? Well, okay, I always liked the GPC Martin guitars. The GPC Martin, the Grand Performance Cutaway, was kind of Martin's answer to the Taylor kind of body shape, right? So I always liked it. I've always liked that medium-size body shape, and I thought they sounded really good. I've had several GPC guitars, and I thought they all sounded really good. And they have a cutaway. I was just thinking recently, so many Martins now do not have a cutaway. If you want a cutaway, you've got to go custom. All right? And you've also got to get something like one of the cheaper GPCs that they still have, or the Martin SC guitar. Now, talking about neck shapes, the SC guitar has a very thin neck. I'm not personally a huge fan of that neck myself. I mean, I sometimes the neck shape will grow on me depending on what I'm playing and where I'm playing, so and how long I play a neck for. So there are going to be new SC guitars that are made in America coming at NAMM as well. So I've heard. That's the rumor anyway. Someone shared a picture from the factory when they did the tour, and they had the SC guitars. So if this is great news for performers. You're going to have multiple cutaways now from Martin. So I'm really glad, because if you remember, they killed off the GPC. I still have an HDC, which I love. HDC 28E Anthem, great guitar. At the same time, they had the GPC 28E Anthem, great guitar, and they killed them off because they said they didn't sell. Now, this was also around the pandemic when people weren't performing so much, and they were struggling to make enough guitars as well. So that's why. That is why they killed it off. Now, of course, we're all gigging again. We're all out again playing. So it's a great time to bring back colorway stage guitars. And I personally like traditional Martin shapes, but I also think colorways are very important for a lot of players. So I'm really glad this has happened. So this is it. This is the GPC. Someone mentioned earlier that I recommended they didn't get the GPC 16 a while ago. And the reason I didn't is because it was a great guitar, but they made the body thinner. And that's not what I wanted. I want a GPC full-size body. This is a GPC full-size body by the looks of it. It doesn't look like they've made any changes based on what I can see. And this picture also gives away the pickup system. So when we did the stream a few weeks ago and I kind of predicted what this might be, I said full carbon fiber, or at least a carbon fiber top. I was completely wrong. There's no carbon fiber tops on back and sides. But it is an Anthem. Look, there's the Anthem in the sound hole. So there we go. It's the Anthem pickup. I was hoping to see a brand new pickup in the vein of the Cole Clark system from Fishman or Baggs or someone else. But we didn't get that. We got an Anthem. That's a solid move. I'm happy with that. The Anthem is one of my favorite pickup systems. So I am happy with that. That's really cool. So no carbon fiber, no new pickup system, GPC body, which we've had before, but they brought it back. Look at the Martin logo. We do have that sustainable leaf on the eye. This is made from sustainable woods. We also know recently that wood is, I always say running out. Maybe it's not the best expression, but it's getting harder for companies to get the woods. They need to look elsewhere, which is why I mentioned carbon fiber. But obviously carbon fiber is a radical move for someone like Martin Guitar. So what we got here is alternative, sustainable tone woods. All right. And that's what you can see behind my head here. That's another picture they posted talking about the kind of woods they use. And basically they're saying that this guitar will have different woods. Another video that someone posted with with Martin from a factory tour, they mentioned maple and walnut, I believe. So sustainable woods. All right. Oh, hang on. Not seeing any photos. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, okay. So do this for me. Go to your phone or your computer and turn the brightness to maximum. The photo on the left is a spoiler, is a preview photo. So it's deliberately made darker. I could have brightened it up, I guess. Let me see if I can brighten up the whole screen. What will happen? Oh, no, it's just my camera. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's smart. Yeah, I could have made it brighter, but anyway, make your phone or whatever you're watching on as bright as possible. The whole point of this is it's a teaser. So what you're getting here is the fact that it's sustainable and the fact there's an anthem in there. They're not really telling you much else. All right. The last photo I show you will be overexposed, and you'll see what the big feature of this guitar is. But here's the next slide. So again, I know, I get it. But let me just tell you what you can see there. On the left, you've got new bracing. So that's what we're getting here. That's what the big game changer is, a new bracing pattern, a new style of bracing on the guitars, all right? And if you want to, by the way, these are all on Martin's Instagram page. So you can download them and brighten them up if you want to. But tomorrow we'll have the full photographs anyway. So on the left, I see new bracing with holes in it, no scalloping. And on the right, I see the GPC colorway with the strap button, satin finish. And it's a 3-piece back. 3-piece backs are originally used because they could use pieces of wood. A 2-piece back means you've got to have a certain size piece of wood. With the 3-piece back, you can use smaller pieces of wood. So more sustainability here, right? The guitar is 3-piece back, sustainable wood. It's all to do with the environment. It's all sustainable. There's no gloss finish. How do you feel about that? Some companies say that taking the gloss finish away will make the guitar breathe and sound better. I don't know how I feel about that because I haven't played many satin Martins. The ones I have played, I kind of want them to be gloss, honestly. So I won't stay on these pictures too long because, again, you're going to complain to me that they're too dark. That's Martin. This is Martin's teaser. So I have a picture now which will really blow your mind. I'm going to show you the third slide, and this is the bracing lightened up. Someone posted it online yesterday. Are you ready for this? So this is what we're looking at here. There we go. So the interesting thing here is, yeah, the braces are not scalloped, and it looks like they're using a laser machine to go in there and shape, modify the bracing basically. We've also got channels in the top wood as well. You see where they've routed out around the wood, which is going to make the top move more freely. So what does all this mean? Well, honestly, I have absolutely no idea what this means. I have some thoughts, and I'm hesitant to share them at this point because I don't want to say something that I want to retract later on. You could probably guess what I'm going to say in the chat if someone wants to give their thoughts for me, and I can just put it on the screen. I really want to wait till tomorrow. I really want to wait to hear the full specs. The full spec. I mean, maybe, we don't know exactly what they've done here or why they've done it. We don't know what the fret wire is going to be. I still hope it will be stainless steel frets, but I bet it won't be. But I really hope that it is. I do have thoughts on the choices here, and I have some cynical thoughts, about why they've made these decisions. But I want to wait to try the guitar to see if it sounds good. If this guitar sounds like the best Martin I've ever played, and remember, I have very certain needs and tastes in guitar tone that others may not share. Like, I'm not looking for authentic style Martin. I'm looking for modern sounding guitars really most of the time. So maybe this will be right up my alley, and that's why I'm so excited about it, because it's got the colorway, it's got the anthem, it's got this is the guitar that I wanted 5 years ago, basically. But how is it actually going to sound? We have no idea until Martin shares some videos or until I manage to get hold of one to review it. So pretty interesting stuff, you know, pretty forward thinking. Not as forward thinking here as a full carbon fiber guitar, which is what I thought, but definitely forward thinking. And I'm such a fan of scallop bracing, and those braces don't look scalloped to me. So that I wonder how that's going to affect things as well. So I'm going to come back on screen and ask you what you think about that in the chat. Put your thoughts. Let's not commit to anything yet. Let's not go too crazy. Let's just like what are your initial thoughts based on the pictures that we've seen so far and the specs that we know about so far? I guess I really want to know, like, are you interested at all? Is this a guitar that you actually, if it does sound great, and I didn't even mention the price yet. Let's not think about the price right now. Is this a guitar that you, as a musician, would be interested in even trying? That's what I'm interested in, because for years we have not had these cutaway guitars, and now we're getting cutaway guitars with a new bracing. What are your thoughts on this? Especially when we have options now like the Cole Clark with their three-way system. You know, would you be more likely to try out one of those? Do you still want to have the Martin name on the headstock and have a more modern guitar? Personally, I just hope it sounds really good. I hope the holes in the bracing lighten it up tonally and weight-wise. I wonder how that will translate to the pickup. Is it going to feed back more, the same, less? There's a lot of questions that we just don't know the answer to. We probably won't know the answer to until I manage to get one and review it, right? So Scott says, Emerald's own cross-model comparison video reveals both the unplugged and plugged sounds of each. The X30 may be fuller, but is less balanced than the 10. Interesting. And don't get me wrong, in my comparisons, I felt like the Martin was way too bassy. Actually, my favorite one on that video that I did this week was the Rain Song. I think that sounds really good. And don't forget, I have done video comparisons of Martin. I compared the old Martin GPC 28 to the Rain Song and the Maiden, and people liked the Maiden the most, the Rain Song the next, and the Martin the least. So that's interesting too, based on this new guitar we're getting, the new GPC. I wonder how that will compare to the old GPC. So if I redo that video, if I compare the Rain Song GPC behind me to the new Martin GPC, it's called the Inception, and also to say a Taylor or the Maiden, for example, I wonder if it'll still be the same result. That'd be really interesting to see if people are now going to choose the Martin over the others, or if they're still going to choose the Maiden and the Rain Song over the others. That'd be really interesting, and I'd like to do that video. Julian says, I think it's a new bracing and the Anthem install. Well, you're right, so that's good. Greg, how you doing? Deep snow of Canada. John says, I appreciate your opinion, honesty, and your humility. You're a person I value. Well, thank you, John. And, you know, what do I know? I've just played hundreds and hundreds and probably thousands of guitars, and I know what I'm looking for. Doesn't mean that's what you're looking for. I must stress that. This is only based on my opinion and my experience, obviously. Some things with this stuff are subjective. You know, sometimes we open the guitar and there's a broken E string, so we can say the E string was broken. And some of these things are subjective, where I can say the tone wasn't for me, but someone else might love the tone. And then there's other factors to remember as well. Someone said to me yesterday they liked the sound of the Emerald on the recording the most. And I said, yes, I don't disagree. I said in the video that I like the tone of the Emerald, but I'd rather have the Rain Song for the added projection and movement of the guitar. So that's something that you won't see in a YouTube video. So don't forget that too. That's very important as well. I love my GPC 28E and was disappointed when they discontinued. Me too. I sold my GPC 28E, but because when I did the comparisons, it didn't do so well. I wasn't using it, and I sold it on. There's some other reasons too I won't go into today, but I sold that on at the time. It was, stuff was selling back then, unlike these days. Although the market's getting a little bit better, I will say. I sold a lot of things this week, so I can buy this new. No, this the GPC 20E was, for me, it was just a good guitar. It was good. I really hope this new one takes it up a notch and makes it even better. That's what needs to happen for a successful release, I think. Gary said, I've been flirting with the idea of a GPC custom. Interesting. I always use the upper register and the cutaway affords me huge benefit for my needs. So you're a great person to ask, Gary. If you've been considering a GPC custom, are you interested in getting the GPC Inception? John prefers a chunky Martin neck. I really like their standard series neck because it's in the middle. I really like necks that are in the middle. I don't like the super skinny necks on any guitar at all, and I also don't like the super fat necks. I like the ones that are in the middle and get thinner as they go up the neck. You guys got me worried there. It's because the pictures are grayed out from Martin. It's not my fault. Don't blame me. Yeah, all part of this hype, the hype train, and we'll find out soon if the hype is worth it. I really hope it is. I really do. Dr. Zane says, greeting Aaron and everyone. Best wishes in 24. Best regards from England. Good to see you here. Boomer says, contrast, not brightness. Yeah, there was some people on some forums that were brightening them up, and that was showing the bracing, but I mean, even then they're not that easy to see. But yeah, I mean, look, we basically know it. We basically know all the specs now from the video of the Martin tour that was shared on the site on YouTube, to the pictures that Martin have shared, to the people that have spoken in the forums. We basically know what this guitar is now, and the only thing I don't know is the exact neck profile, the neck joint, and the fret wire. That's it. The guitar will be lighter with all those holes. Yes, but the braces look taller, so that might offset the weight reduction. Way to increase wood use and cut out waste, Martin. Cut out waste. Regarding the bracing, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. I remember when Taylor went from X to V, and it was such a huge deal on their part. And then my favorite Taylors are still the ones with the X bracing. Like the cheaper ones, like the 1 and 200 series, have X brace, or sort of X or no bracing. The V class, there's very few V class guitars I've played that I really enjoyed the sound of. But is that the bracing or is that something else? I haven't actually investigated that yet. Nick says, I'd love to try one, but I feel like how late Martin is to the colorway party. It truly is as groundbreaking as they say. I don't care for a colorway, and I own one, says John. Yeah, I always tell people, if you don't play up the neck, then don't get a colorway. If you do play up the neck, then consider a colorway. I mean, that's really that's really the best advice for that stuff. The top will move more for sure. In theory, yes. But how will that affect? We've been saying lately, like the Cole Clark is voiced for stage. Some guitars have thicker tops for stage. If the top moves more on that GPC, is there going to be a problem on stage regarding feedback? I think that's a good question. Maybe they'll argue if you do that to bracing of more sustainable woods, you can approach the resonance of more classic tone woods. Interesting. So taking sustainable woods and voice them to sound more like classic ones. That's a good point. Kevin says, to get a better acoustic tone, isn't it about making the top more sensitive to so feedback is a given? Yes. That's always the thing with these guitars. The guitars with the super thin tops, well, I mean, first of all, you got to humidify them better because they might crack because they're so thin. Or they might get broken if you drop something on it, and they're going to move more and feedback more. That's just the way it is. With the thicker tops, they're going to resonate less, but they're also going to crack less and be stronger. And you can do things like hit the guitar top with drumming and stuff, and it won't break. So that is always a trade-off. For me, it's nice to have something in the middle where you can have the best of both worlds. But yes, what tops are they using? How thin are the tops going to be? We don't know yet. Gary says, too early to tell. Happy to see it will be cut away and have an anthem. Yes, I thought you'd like that. That has my attention. The acid test will be how it sounds and how the neck feels. Yes. Scott says, totally disappointed the Martin won't be carbon fiber. The pre-release marketing hype, game-changing, falls flat if sustainability is the only big thing. New bracing as game-changing. Yeah, I agree. I don't like the choice of words of game-changing new era. For me, it's more based on my initial impressions of what I've shown you. It's more, hey, we're going into a new era because we're running out of wood and we need to find new ways to do things. Which I guess is a positive thing because, well, obviously, because it means Martin can still make us guitars. But at the same time, as a guitar fan, I'm hoping for, we're going into a game-changing new era. We're going to give you a better guitar and give you something new and fresh. But that generally rarely seems to happen these days. Curious how you like the close. Yeah, I tried to see if they would let me check one out as well around the time of the Emerald, but they're gonna be at NAMM, so I'm just gonna try it at NAMM, and I think I have a good reference point now with guitars. I'll know if the close guitar is worth actually checking out at home or not. So I'm gonna wait and see. The cheaper made in Mexico new era will be composite from the sawdust of the bracing of the Inception. It does feel a bit like that. It does feel like I just feel like we very quickly, things started to just change very quickly, didn't they? With the guitar world, the manufacturing. I kind of see this a little bit similar to Cole Clark guitars as well. It's not the Cole Clark copy that I'd hoped for, but at the end of the day, Cole Clark is satin finish. This is satin finish. Cole Clark is sustainable woods. This is sustainable woods. Cole Clark is a unique construction with the Spanish heel, which is rarely used in these kind of guitars. This is a new construction with the holes in the bracing. The Cole Clark is colorway and ready for stage with its amazing pickup system. This is a colorway and ready for stage with the Anthem great pickup system. There are similar, not as many similarities as I was hoping for. I was hoping for the Martin Rainsong guitar, or the Martin Cole Clark guitar, or even the Martin Rainsong Cole Clark guitar. For me, that was the new era of everything changing. But no, we've got new bracing and some different woods. But it's still along those lines enough to make me excited and happy, you know. Rex says it comes down to the sound and feel. I played one of the new Orange Label Series 3 Yamaha guitars yesterday. It was nice, not enough to motivate me. The older I get, the light guitars with great tone. The Red Label Series 3, great guitar. Yeah, and they do a Dread and an OM. And I guess they kind of did the same thing. They made their own version of the three-way pickup system. Satin finish. Yeah. Maybe we'll get more of those kind of guitars at NAMM from Yamaha. That'd be interesting. But yeah, that Yamaha have already kind of been down that road, which is cool, but not with a new bracing pattern, as far as I can remember. Gary says, I will wait and see what Martin releases before pulling the trigger on the GPC Custom. I prefer mahogany or woods that sound closest. What will the sustainable woods sound like? Well, what does walnut and what did they say? Walnut and forgotten now. I have no idea, and especially on this new bracing and this new guitar, we have to wait and see. By cut-out waste, I mean they're boring out all that wood across the middle of the braces to create those holes, and the braces are taller across their full length. But yeah, sound is what counts. Yeah. John says, I actually don't play much above the 15th fret and mostly around the 10th. The funny thing for me is I only really need to cut away for the solo of Sultans of Swing. And only because I play Sultans of Swing in E minor and not D minor. If I played Sultans of Swing in D minor, which you'll say I should do because that's the original key to be the most authentic, then I wouldn't need the colorway, really. But because I'm going to play Sultans of Swing in E minor, I need the colorway. And that's like one of the few songs that I even use the colorway for. But based on that, I want the colorway. So there we go. That's the answer for me. Greg says, if they were going to engineer the bracing for optimum results, they would not have put their X logo into it and designed it that way. they're going to engineer the bracing for optimum results, they would not have put their X logo into. All right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows? We don't know. We don't know. I just wanted to get the ball rolling. I'm really excited. I probably won't sleep tonight. They're going to announce this thing tomorrow. I think they're in stores now, as in the inventory. I don't know exactly. I think this is going to be an immediate release. Often that NAMM products are released in the future. Right? People say that NAMM means not available, maybe may, as an acronym. I think these guitars are going to be shipping soon. So I'd really like to get one. I'd really like to get one. As long as I can get one where I can return it if it doesn't work out. Because obviously we haven't played them, we haven't heard them. But I love seeing more guitars like this. I love seeing the medium-sized GPC with the cutaway, with the good pickup system. You know, I want to see more guitars like this on the market. The thing is the price. We know the price is $4,000. It's a lot of money, but then all guitars are a lot of money now. You know, a lot of the guitars you'll see at NAMM from the big brands next and in 2 weeks' time are going to be $4,000 on average, $5,000, $6,000, $10,000. That new John Mayer is going to be the collectible one, $20,000. I believe there's going to be some limited NAMM type special guitars that are $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. Yeah, that's fine. I don't expect everyone just to make guitars within my budget. We should have guitars for all budgets, right? Whether that's the Baton Rouge or the John Mayer 20K anniversary special, we should have all budgets. But GPC being sustainable and being targeted towards gigging musicians at $4,000, I don't know. I see the target for this as me and Gary. So it'll be interesting to see after tomorrow if me and Gary are interested in trying the guitar or not. Yeah, that's it's gigging musicians, right? It's gigging musicians that appreciate the big brands and the historical brands. That's the target audience. Very different audience to, say, the Baton Rouge. And yeah, it'll be an interesting time, that's for sure. All right. Do we have any last questions? So I'm basically going to tomorrow. I'm going to watch all the information, get all the information I can, all the specs I can. Might update this video if there's some cool spec that I didn't include today. I might make a little short video about the new guitar and the specs, just so people have all that information in one place about what the full specs are and the release date and the final cost and all that stuff. If there's not anything really to add to today's live stream, I probably won't do that, and I'll just wait until I can play one and see if I want to actually talk about it more on the channel, if I think it's a cool step forward or not. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm really excited. So yeah, we got a good audience today. Give me a couple of questions to finish up with, because it's only 5 o'clock, and I haven't got a gig tonight. So let's have a few questions to finish up, and then let me know if you've heard any other gear that's coming out at NAMM as well. There's been a few rumors, but I think most of the things are kind of leaking out now. It's just going to be great for the acoustic people like me. New pickup from LR Bags, new PA system from EV, new cutaway stage guitars from Martin Guitar. You know, who knows what else? This is great. This is great. This is the biggest year for performers like myself that we've had in 10 years at NAMM, right? Actual stuff that we can use at acoustic gigs. I love it. So Dave Young says, "Hey Aaron, online in Australia. Very cool. What's the time in Australia then? Wow. I know you have a cold Clark. I'm thinking about a thin line for gigging comfort. I have two Phoenix that are ridiculous acoustic. So you've got guitars you like acoustically, and you want a guitar for stage. So the thin line, I have the hybrid, which is the thin line body. I don't know. For me, there's something about thin line guitars. They are comfortable. Don't get me wrong. Of course, they are comfortable because they're thin. At the same time, when I play an acoustic, I like to have the feel of the box, you know, and maybe not a dreadnought because it's so massive. But that's why I like the GPC, because you have that you have an instrument. It's like if you want you feel it, and if you want to drum on it, you have that. It's like a drum. The thin guitars, I don't know. I mean, I'm not against them. I actually like the Acoustasonic. I like the thin line hybrid that still have it. I like all that stuff, and it has its place, but you've got to know you really want it. Because it also, with a guitar like a Cole Clark, it also does affect the plugged-in tone as well. Because the Cole Clark pickup system is so sensitive that when it's in the bigger guitars, it sounds bigger. So bear that in mind too. I'm not trying to put you off. If you know you want a thin line guitar, the Cole Clark thin line is the great way to go. But personally, being 6'5", playing percussively, and like enjoying the feel of a full-size acoustic, I prefer the Angel body. How often do you play any other guitars that aren't your Cole Clark? It's funny, I rarely play other guitars. I still love other guitars, but I was just thinking that the other day, like with the Martins. For me lately, it's more like I like to know I own a nice Martin. So I've still got the OM28 Engelmann. Great guitar. I like to know that I own, a humbucker guitar, but I always play a Strat, and I always play the Cole Clark. At the end of the day, I'm always gigging, so I gig and I play the Cole Clark. When I get home, the Cole Clark is in the gig bag, so I pull it out and I play it. The Rain Song's probably next because it's hanging on the wall. And then with the Martins, I rarely actually get the Martin and take it out and tune it up and play it. I usually just grab what's closest. And that's why I've sold a lot of gear too, because I usually just grab the thing that's there, But not to say that the Cole Clark would replace all the other guitars, because, I mean, for example, if I'm going to record with a microphone, the Martins I have still probably record better than the Cole Clark, to be honest with you. I haven't done much, I haven't done a comparison lately of the Cole Clark, the Angel 3, to really get down to the nitty gritty of that, but yeah, they certainly still have their place. It's just that I tend to plug in the most when I play. When I play, I tend to plug in. But you're lucky because you're in Australia. You have access to a lot of music stores with a lot of inventory. So you can play these guitars and choose one that you like. It's very hard to find Cole Clarks in America. Nick Johnson says, being mostly electric player, I'm hoping for a big year of releases. I'm just tired of the electric releases. All these things, all these ways to amplify your electric guitar. When the Kemper from 12 years ago still sounds amazing, and arguably has the best feature set with its app and all that stuff. I'm interested to see what PRS have leaked a few new releases that are coming at NAMM. I'm interested to see what Fender do this year with their lineups. So, yes, I'm interested in that stuff. I also like to check out some more Suhrs and those kind of guitars, but everyone's just so backlogged these days. It's hard to even find a lot of these boutique companies' guitars. I want to see something really new, Nick. I want to see a new product from Line 6 that does something new. Give me something new. All this stuff is just the same old amp sound a million times over. So boring. Kevin says, change of topic. Got a Sennheiser E945 and using E935. Trying to get more clarity. What do I have? Do you remember? I don't even know. Oh. Let me tell you, because I don't want to tell you the wrong one. I think mine's the 3. No, I don't know. I don't remember. I wish these companies' products had numbers that were more distinguishable, But I really, the mic I use, I love the mic I use, the pedal I use. Can't wait to see TC Electronic at NAMM. I really hope they're going to bring us more products for vocals. I hope I find some new companies that bring us products for vocals at NAMM. I hope we get some really new stuff. So I'm going to look up this microphone. Mine is the... I think it's in the description of my video. Yeah. I have the 935. Yeah. And actually, I had one of those break, actually. It stopped working, so I carry a spare mic as well. I don't know why it stopped working. Kind of weird. Kind of scary too. So do have a spare mic with you. The microphones do just stop working for no reason, just so you know. And one thing I'll say about those mics is it's easy to buy a replacement grill. And because I gig a lot, I replace the grill every kind of 6 to 8 months. Yeah, I've done videos before on cleaning the grill of a microphone, which you probably should do. But I like to just put a whole new microphone cover. You can buy the head of the mic and just put that on and have like having a new microphone. Basically, I like to do that. It's not, it's $30, but I think it's worth it because mics do get kind of nasty over the months and years. But that's great. So you've got the 945. So let me know how you find that. I know they do sound different. I got the 935 and I just liked it so much. I didn't see a reason to change. But microphones are important, and so many people say to me, what mic should I use? Again, it's like everything else. What voice do you have? And you can hear my voice is low. So the mic I choose will either complement that or impact that in a negative way. Mics are so different. And a bit like acoustic guitars, the mic has its own character. The mic has its own pickup pattern from how it picks up. Some people want the mic to pick up from all sides. Some people don't. Some people want it to be very directional to avoid the most feedback. Some people doing smaller concerts like jazz performances want it to be super sensitive so they can really work the mic and move around and control from the mic. So, the thing that works for me is this microphone, and I just get as close to it as I possibly can. That's how I use them. But it's very hard to suggest microphones to singers because it really depends on what the voice you have, the venues you play, and the kind of songs that you do. All right. There was one question about the S1 Pro Plus and the Everse 8. I get that a lot. I always tell people they're actually very different. That if you want the smallest and lightest one, get the S1 Pro Plus. If you want the coolest features and the cleanest stage, get the S1 Pro Plus with the wireless system built in. If you want volume for noisy bars, phantom power, and the ability to power a play acoustic from the unit, get the Everse 8. They're actually different enough, those two things, that I almost recommend both of them. They really are. Ultimately, it comes down to if you need phantom power and the most volume, I'd get the Everse 8. If you want the lightest unit with the cleanest stage and the coolest features and the streaming and all that stuff, I would get the Bose. But you really have to sit down and decide what you need. But yeah, if you need phantom power, I'd recommend the Everse 8. But then they're just so different. The Bose is the lightest, the smallest, the most compact. The Everse 8 is a bit heavier, but a bit louder. The features of both are completely... Well, the Bose does live streaming. The Bose has the wireless built in. And then the Everse has more control on the app, and it also will power a play acoustic pedal, which I need to talk about at some point in the future as well. So they're very different. They're different enough products to both be viable, in my opinion. So you have to decide what you want. Dave says, thanks. Yeah, we're lucky here. Was looking at a Martin D28 and Cold Clark Angel and bought the two Fennec. I don't know. I haven't played a Fennec. I'm probably saying it wrong. Acoustically amazing. Still a great plugged in, but standing with a dread gets tiring. Yeah, check out the Cold Clark Angel 2 and 3. Check out the Cold Clark Thin Line. And just, you're in a great position, Dave. Just go and play them. You can go to some of those amazing guitar stores in Australia, and you can just play them back to back. And if you find one you love, then get it. I do find Cold Clark's very, they're all very different, and because because the pickup is so sensitive, they can sound different as well when you plug them in. So definitely play them as much as you can and find one that you really connect with. I can't think of the right word I'm trying to say. I almost said that they're inconsistent, but that kind of sounds negative. They're not. They're just, what's the word? Like personal. Like when you play a Cold Clark, first of all, they look so unique. They all look completely different, right? So whereas like the Rain Song and this new Martin, they're all going to look the same. Basically, the Cold Clarks all look so different, and then the pickup is so sensitive that it really can make them sound different as well. Whereas some pickups kind of sound the same in all guitars, the Cole Clark system really does hear the guitar as well. And as we know, all guitars are different, so there's that element too. So yeah, if you are lucky enough to live in Australia, and I've even thought about going to Australia just to play a bunch of Maton and Cole Clark guitars, because we can't do it here. In America, you have to just like look around, see what's around from a few months ago, and then take a chance on it. It's really not. It's a really great position, Dave, to be in Australia. I'm very jealous of that. All right, I'm going to say goodnight. We're going to work on some videos. If you're new here, subscribe and ring the bell. Can't wait to see what we're given tomorrow, and I may, depending on how exciting that is, I may go live or make a video about it. But I'm definitely going to try it. I'll definitely have either an actual review of that guitar coming soon, or at the very least after NAMM, when I've played it at the NAMM show, I can talk about it on the program. So that'd be great. One more from Scott. The E-Verse sounds more like a full-range PA. The Bose puts its own sonic stamp on things. I agree. Yes, the E-Verse is more your just straight-up PA speaker. The Bose, I always call it a personal amplification device, as in it's more transparent. Like it just takes you and makes you a bit louder, where the E-Verse is more of a box that like blasts out sound like a PA. So I like them for different reasons. I like see, the thing about the Bose is you can put it behind you on the floor, use the wireless system, and stand there and play, and it's just raising up your natural sound a little bit. I really like that. I think it's cool. The E-Verse, you can stick it on a stand next to you and turn it up and play like you're playing a concert and pushing air at people. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not going to be like pushing a K8.2 QSC 2000 watt PA speaker at people, but it's more along those lines than the Bose, like just magnifying what's already there. That's how I've experienced it anyway. And I think they're both really cool for those reasons. Thanks, Mad, for it. Yeah, this was really fun. I'm so glad we all had that guitar and we could all share our thoughts together. And I like the way they all kind of lined up. That's nice. That's really great. Rosanna, thanks for moderating. Really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I look forward to seeing you next week. Next week's show is the last one before I go to NAMM. I'm going to try to go live while I'm at NAMM, probably from my phone, just so I can tell you what I've seen. But who knows what will happen with that. We have to wait and see what the logistics of that are going to be. But next week will be the last show before NAMM. It'll be the pre-NAMM preview show, where we'll be talking about everyone that's going and all the products that we know are coming. So that should be fun. Next week, we'll focus on the NAMM show. Can't wait. Take care and be well. Thanks for spending your evening with me, or wherever you are in the world. I guess some people are in this morning right now. But thanks for sharing this time with me. Subscribe and ring the bell. Check out my videos. If you didn't watch the Emerald X20 video I posted 2 days ago, please go and watch that video for me. If you're buying from Sweetwater, Amazon, or Reverb, I have affiliate links in the description below. Please click on those when you make a purchase. This week, some people made some purchases with my links, and I really appreciate it. It really helps me with all the running the channel and going to NAMM and things like that, because I'm paying for that myself. So thank you so much. Take care. Have a great night. I look forward to chatting with you again soon, and hopefully you'll get a good night's sleep tonight while you're dreaming of this new Martin guitar that's going to bring in a new era of the acoustic guitar. That was a little bit sarcastic, but we'll see. Keep your mind open. It could be great. All right. See you soon, everyone. Take care and be well. Bye-bye.